This is day 3 of Second Bull Run on Legendary difficulty, and the enemy has 43,000 men. So the first time I played this, the enemy had 30,000 men, and now he has 43. So, yeah, more to kill. So my plan is to drive, I wanted to destroy the Union right first, just kind of keep the Union left busy. It's kind of left and center around the hilltop will advance, and I just want to keep those guys busy. I'm not really that concerned. We're not going to push hard on the center and the enemy left. My goal is first to destroy the enemy right flank, and then I want to cover the complete map, and this is one reason I wanted the stamina perk for the additional speed. And we're going to look at every inch of the map that normally gets ignored behind the enemy position and make sure we get all of them. And I will get all of them. So the first time I did this, you have to leave space, like I'm leaving now, for the Union to retreat to the north. I didn't leave them space, and if you don't leave them space, they'll just retreat south. Well, it's harder to wipe them out if you have them retreat south. They can just keep falling back and then even fall back. In my case, one unit fell back across the river, and you just end up fighting them all the way back. And it's pretty good terrain back there too. So this time I want them to retreat north. Yeah, he decided to expose his flank to me, so we'll just pop that while we're here. I could exchange shots with him all day in the woods if he would stand in the open, but that flank is just very tempting. Yeah, and I have Harper's Ferry 2 right there that's probably going to fall on his flank in just a second. And then some of these guys will keep moving in the direction they're moving to the right, and they'll fall on the flank of the Union position to the north. Yeah, so that was easy. Really need to get about 3 infantry units behind him, and I'm looking at these. These are not particularly good infantry, and that's fine. Those guys need to get some XP too. And yeah, the first time I did day 3, I had a large number of units that just kind of sat on my right flank, because I don't know, I kept thinking that his force was, it was dumb, that he would have units come in on my right flank. Of course they didn't, and so I had a bunch of units that didn't do anything. Here, everyone's going to get into the battle. Every unit's going to get to fight, every unit's going to get to grind up XP, and it's going to be glorious. Exactly what I want to do. So here, I'm just having these guys chill, kind of lining them up. Got my cav over here because I want my cav, really want both my cav units to grind kills in a charge. So I'm going to push these guys north into the river, fire shots into them, and then everybody charges and grinds XP. Not necessarily looking for captures, looking to grind melee. And it works. So I guess the hard part is pushing them north. And this with the artillery is just frustrating. I mean, it takes so long to get over. They do get here, but like I'm thinking, and if you were here right now, this would be so much better. So all these guys have been pretty much popped. I'm thinking about falling back to the tree line again, which is why my infantry is not leaving the tree line. But then I decide to move forward. Yeah. So I finally give them the order to move forward. So everything's going well. My infantry, my detached skirmishers have already kind of scouted the path ahead, and we found some of his artillery. That's nice. Get about 3 or 4 infantry to the south and to the right of his position. That'll be good. Trying to find places for my snipers to just grind kills. Yeah, I'm not really interested in pushing the attack against that hill until the guys in the north are dead. There's plenty of time. I mean, I think this goes on to 2040. So I have 5 hours at this point, and just a ton of time. There's more than enough time to cover the whole map. The only thing that I might do differently, I mean, my plan for supply was I have 2 supply wagons. That should be enough. But you might want to bring 3. Um, you can do that, just have 500 men in 3rd Corps, and on this day you would have 3 supply wagons, which would just give you a larger area of coverage. Might be handy. I don't know that it's necessary. But that might be convenient. I keep my supply wagons moving. If you don't keep your supply wagons moving, then that might be... if you wait till your units start to run out of ammo to move the supply wagon, you might want to have more of them. So I keep my supply wagons moving. Yeah, my sniper in the north is just, getting free kills. Just grinding kills. Yeah, and he's running low on ammo. See, there's an example of, would have been handy to have another supply wagon. And I'm not going to chase the supply wagon that I see in the north because the objective is not supply wagons. The objective is to push these guys out of the woods. So that's what everyone's going to do. Push these guys north. And again, they'll only retreat north if you give them a big open area to retreat to. If you don't, they will retreat south. So already his flank is collapsing a little bit, and I have 2 units that are pretty far away. Yeah, speed perk. Definitely the speed perk for all of these units is very important, because getting units where they need to be in a maneuver like this is, that's the challenge. If those 2, actually 3 infantry units were a little bit further north, that'd be a lot better right now. So I set up a defensive line. Those units are in the open, but there's a bit of water there, and there's a clump of woods to the left. So if he attacks, that should be good. I want to put a 24 howitzer in those woods. Hopefully it'll remain hidden most of the time. The only thing I'm doing wrong there is I have a Harper's Ferry 3 is a very good unit, and that's going to be the one his artillery is going to target. So I end up falling back with him, getting him... I don't want him to get hit with artillery when I have a bunch of lower level units that can take those shots. So here it's just, again, the Harper's Ferry 3, get out of there. And I'm really looking forward to getting the 10-pound parrots up and just blasting his artillery. Finally, I have enough long-range artillery that I can silence his guns. Yeah, and these batteries of 14, as you're about to see, they're pretty good. Batteries of 14 guns of 10-pound parrots are very effective. Yeah, I'm noticing that if I get a couple of guys back a little bit further, maybe my entire line is invisible to him, which would be good. because I'm just letting time pass until my artillery can get up. Okay, he decides to charge. That will work. I really wish I had a 24-pound howitzer up at this time. Yeah, we're now in the situation where it's going to be really hard to keep that sniper. Wait, where is my sniper? Yeah, my sniper. My sniper is, yeah, it's too crowded. Yep, there's an example of where a third supply wagon would have been nice. So, yeah, my infantry and artillery will do fine, but that sniper, for example, got a little low on ammo. Yeah, I'm not going to miss if this guy is going to attack to the north, then I'm going to bring up another infantry, and I'll have 3 infantry on his flank, and we'll be able to hit him. Yeah, once these guys are pushed to the north in this group, and they're all flashing white, then it's just drive them into the water, and they're... Yeah, it's... I'm not really looking again for the capture, I'm looking to grind melee. So if he just stands in the water, and my units just stand on top of him and grind melee... and across the river I have Harper's Ferry 1, so he's going to get shots on those units in the water. We want to milk that for as much as we can. And then melee. I want him to get into melee and grind melee. Well, actually, all of these units, I have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Something like 11 units. I want them all to grind melee, plus the cav. So, yeah, we need to kill those officers, though. And you can see I keep targeting those officers, and I'm having a terrible time killing them. Yeah, the other thing I'm doing is I'm getting guys in position on the south, because we're going to sweep the whole map. So they're in position when this part is done that they're going to move forward, and we're going to clear the whole map. So physically have people clear the entire map area. And we pretty much do, except for, well, you'll see. Actually, the enemy's wiped out before before 2040. And there's just one tiny corner that we don't get to see of the map. And we're right on top of it. I mean, we're right there. So that the only reason we don't see it is the enemy is dead. So and the game times out. Okay, Harper's Ferry 6. Yeah, I'm intentionally trying to kill these officers. I want to get these guys in the water with no officers. And I'm only bringing units in from the left when it will push these units north. If I were to bring those other 2 units in, like right now that are to the left, there's some non-zero possibility that all of these units would just start running to the right. And I don't want them to run to the right. I want them to keep going north. Yeah, I keep getting blocked. It's... Yeah, half of this game is just making sure your units can fire at something. Blocked, blocked. What can I fire? Can I fire at that guy? Yeah, E2 is Enfield 2 killed over 1,000 and lost what? Almost nothing, less than 100. So yeah, some of these guys are doing real well. Still his officers are alive. Got to kill these officers. Maybe the sniper can get a shot on him. No, I'm sure my sniper is blocked right now. Okay, he's coming forward with one of these guys. That's fine. Yeah, basically in the south, I just want to get my artillery up before I do anything. Okay, that unit routed. Okay, make sure we fire at the next guys and keep targeting the officers. Keep targeting the... We have to kill those officers. I don't want to push him back into the water with 2 officers. So those officers need to be dead, and he's going to be in the water soon. So... And down here, he's just doing nothing. So that's fine. Finally, the 10-pound parrots are up. Take out his annoying artillery on that hilltop. And just so you know, you can fire up to that hilltop, but you can't really fire over at anything past that hilltop. You have to move to the hilltop to be able to see to the other side. So, okay, we got one of his officers. Got the second one, yes. So, both officers are dead. That should mean that his units are just going to continually take shots and flash white. And I have 3 units across the river at this... Right now I'm thinking, oh man, I wish I had 4 units over there. Wish I had 4 units over there. Or 5. Yeah, that's... Okay, what's happening down here? He's charging. I hear the charging sound. And I don't really want to do anything until my artillery gets up. My 2 24-pound howitzers... my 10-pound parrots are going to kill this little 147 artillery. And, yeah. Up here, everybody's flashing white, except... Oh, okay, the guy in the woods is flashing white. And the other guy's going to flash white in a second. And then we're going to have 5 of them. So he had 15,000 in this pocket that we're going to kill. So this pocket is 15,000. And... Oh, look at that volley. Everybody's firing a volley. That's as good as it gets, man. Everybody firing a big volley into these guys, racking up kills. Okay, this guy's charging down here. And I finally have the artillery up, so he's actually going to take some canister. Finally, I get to play a battle where I get to hit somebody with some 24 howitzer canister. A battery of 14 guns. Yeah, I'm shifting to the right because I want to keep pushing him north. I'm afraid he's going to change direction at any time. Yeah, I'm also keeping an eye on the strategy map. Well, that didn't take long. He took some... I thought that was actually going to be a fight. He took some artillery and some skirmisher fire and crumpled. Yeah, see, he's moving like he wants to move south. No, I want you to move north. Keep moving north. And now I have that clump of woods. So... Yeah, a great deal of what I do in this entire battle is position my troops so he retreats in the direction I want. In reality, though, I mean, if you got a... I mean, there are 2 things I think about this. The one is, it's very unlikely you would ever do this in a Civil War battle. These guys let me send a force behind them, and they didn't respond to it. if you did that, either the troops in that position would fall back rapidly to get out of the encirclement before you pulled off the encirclement, or they would flee. They're not going to just stand there and be encircled. But if you did get them encircled, they would surrender instantly. They would not be encircled like this and fight. It just didn't happen. People didn't do that. Their position is hopeless, and yeah, there's no reason. So they would surrender. So all you're doing is manipulating the system at this point to force them to do what they should do. Like there's no way that unit going into the water and about to take volleys would do anything other than surrender. That's ridiculous. It's just not going to happen. So, but these guys are not going to surrender, which is going to give me the opportunity to grind melee. Oh yeah, he's not even firing volleys. And the Harper's Ferry 1 is going to rack up a ton of kills. So are the other two units there. And it occurs to me I can't really push too hard from the south, or I'll drive him actually out of the water. So we have to be within rifle range, but not more than rifle range. So I'm detaching skirmishers because the enemy will see detached skirmishers as infantry units and then often back off. And like that guy, I'm moving to the right because, yeah, he's plotting a path to the right. He sees that as the exit. And if I can get a detached skirmisher behind Harper's Ferry 1, then he will see that as a less inviting path. Again, manipulating the AI. So keep firing, convince these guys to fall back. And we need to get closer because the moment of melee is coming up. And he has retreated much faster than I can advance, even with the speed perk. Yeah, that guy looks like he might be stuck in the water. That's another triangle of water, intersection of water, and those are always buggy, so yeah, we'll just take advantage of that. Make sure nobody's blocked, everybody's firing at the enemy unit that's the closest. Okay, I want these guys to fall back a little bit, make them recalculate what they're doing. Yeah, okay, so the first one is going to drift a little bit to the left. When these guys spread out and my other units get up, it's going to be charge time. Then I have these 2 cav just waiting to get there. Okay, get the sniper out of there. Okay, the one guy's fallen back to the left. That's good. Fall back a little bit more. And it looks like he might be making a break for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have everybody charge now. So I'm going to dedicate 2 units to each one of these enemy units. So yeah, with that charge that I just did, the other ones are just in flee mode. So have to turn guys off. Go ahead and get, yeah, this is almost a shame. I think my first cav unit charges the guy on the left who insta-surrenders. So okay, take 2 units, turn them off, and have them each, so everyone's targeting 1 unit, and these guys will all target the lead unit, if that makes sense. So every enemy unit should get hit by 2 units. Okay, now to get my cav, see that guy the guy on the left already surrendered, but there are 4 units on the other side. And so these guys have already charged and wasted their charge, but they can run into the melee. Now I have Harper's Ferry 1 in here, and the thing I don't want to see, look, oh man, he just put a volley into Harper's Ferry 1. That is so frustrating. And finally my cav gets there. So I have to turn these guys off. Harper's Ferry 1, I think, just put a volley into my cav, getting Harper's Ferry 1 out of there. Because nobody wants to take collateral damage from him. Okay, and nothing exciting is happening over here. Yeah, collateral damage again. Yeah, collateral damage was worse, I think, than enemy melee damage. So getting my units to not... I don't mind the detached skirmishers firing into the melee, but I'm having infantry units fire into the melee. In melee where my cav is. So, yeah, it's irritating. So you have to hit pause like every second to get... Yeah, stop firing. Yeah, my units are doing really well, though. They're not taking a lot of losses. If I could just avoid some collateral damage, that would be great. So I want to get my cav out of there, come around on the enemy flank, and hit them again. So get everyone across the river, fire into these guys, a couple volleys. Look, look how broken they are. Okay, now that my infantry's out of there, yeah, they can fire into the melee now. My cav takes way too many losses if you fire into a melee and my cav is in there. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that. Might as well get the guys to the south. Those guys to the south were too tired, so I just let them... And I'm thinking about the next phase of the battle. Yeah, fire into these guys a little bit. And spread out a little bit, and then we'll get into melee again. Yeah, that's perfect. Everybody just firing. So we got to grind melee a little bit, and we're firing into broken and defenseless units. And at some point I want to get into melee, and yeah, I want that cav to get in there. So this is just too easy, so we'll just do this for a little bit. Yeah, and his last unit is down to 1,000. Let's go ahead and get these guys. Can I charge again? Yes, I can charge again. Charge, everybody charge. And have my cav charge. And yeah, it's over. Oh no, I think one unit's holding out. Okay, that's it. That's the end of it. How did my cav do? Okay, that turned out well. Everybody, um, well, here's the thing. I think I'm going to take heavier losses because of getting units into melee like that. But I keep pushing the melee skill up for all of my units. So, yeah, coming out of this, I'd like for my units, even my 2-star units, to have 50 melee. A couple of 2-star units with 50 melee just seem to do very, very well in combat. Well, that's just very convenient. He wants to walk up and stand in the water with those units. So, okay then. And now my artillery is up. So that'll work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 infantry on the other side of the river. Get all these guys back online, and then everybody's going to push to the right of the map. Okay, both cav have over 500 kills. Let's see if we can't get a few more. I'd like for them both to get 1,000 kills. So yeah, my 3-star cav unit has 3 stars, but his efficiency has a long way to go to 100. And my 2-star needs a couple of battles to get to its 3rd star. And then I'll start working on a 3rd cav unit. Yeah, but for right now, I have purchased plenty of Lamats, and the next best melee weapon, whatever that is, got passed down to the 2-star cav unit, so it has a good weapon. And I guess if I keep buying Lamats, I'll have 2 3-star cav units with Lamats. That'll be nice. But the only reason I would give my 2nd infantry unit Lamats is if it got its 3rd star. Those weapons are just very expensive. And I want to start building some melee cav, and I also want to build some skirmisher units with some rapid fire weapons, but I don't want to do that until I get some decent rapid fire weapons. And Rio Hill is going to supply me with a bunch of really good melee rifle cav weapons, and they should give me some, well, oh, look at this. I didn't know these guys spawned in here. I always wondered where these guys came from. When the timer changes, they spawn in here. I never knew that. So if you're watching this, you now know where they spawn in. Like, we've all been forward of this position, and these guys came in behind us. This is where they spawn in, right here. And it so happens that they spawned in right on top of a couple of my of my infantry units that are pretty fresh. Yeah, my cav are right there to grind XP. How nice is that? Melee cav right there on top of him. Yes, got the first one. 4 infantry just pounded that guy. And the other one surrendered. Okay. So they both surrendered. They had enough. Yeah, those 2 guys can be really annoying. And just fortunately, I had both cav units right there. It was nice. So I'm sending General Something Compass to go snag 1 supply wagon, send General Hill to snag another supply wagon. Might as well pick them up. Yeah, as you can see what I'm doing here, I'm just creating a pocket for him to stand in to die. And patiently just Shooting him to pieces. Harper's Ferry 3 has 3,700 kills? How did that happen? He does get his 3rd star. This guy's just covering the flank. These two have been covering the flank. I should have moved them up earlier. They're a little bit far back. It is a long walk across this map, and they're only green 42s, so they're pretty slow. Yeah, we'll just patiently wait for these two guys to die while everybody else falls back. And my left flank gets forward. We have 3 hours till the end of the battle. Yeah, let's see if we can't grind some XP on this guy. Yeah, really, the 10-pounders need to be moving forward. Yeah, I need to turn the artillery off. Prevent collateral damage. Yeah, let's grind some XP. Yeah, I'm checking kills. Yeah, there we go. Pretty much anytime you get 2 on 1, it's good. Okay, now we have to move all the artillery up to the hilltop and get in position for the advance on the flag. My left, far left and left flank have quite a bit of distance to cover before we can do that. So, yeah, get everybody in position, move the artillery up. Bunch of units need to move into the center. I'd like for my 10-pound parrots to shoot at his commander, but that line of sight is blocked by terrain, so we have to move everybody up to the mountaintop, or hilltop bridge line. Yeah. Would really like to kill that officer. And he's gone. Okay. I think he has 2 more. Okay, everybody has to move to a new position. General Hill's going to snag another supply wagon. Okay. And it's full. So, okay, the guys in the far north have now swept the edge of the map all the way down to the river crossing, which is what I wanted them to do. And in the meantime, I had some infantry get down to the same river crossing that will secure the left edge of the map, pretty much, so that units can't go back and forth across that river crossing and be a nuisance. And it turns out he has some skirmishers in there. We're going to cut them off and kill them. He can have skirmishers down there. They can be on either side of the river. They can be further to the right. They can then scoot south. In this case, I was able to cut them off before they were able to scoot south, or also cut them off before they could go north, and then they'll go up and hide in the upper right corner. So, yeah, instead they're going to die. And then I'm going to go up into the upper right corner of the map and make sure there's nothing hiding up there. So there's nothing behind my army. And once the entire area is secured, then the group on the other side of the river is going to go all the way to the edge of the map and then come down, sweep south. So we don't have to attack the flag until that group that is now in the far north gets all the way to the south. Yeah, they're dead. Oh, and they surrendered before I can get into melee. So, okay, they're done. So the next place you can cross is at the crossing to the south, which is quite a distance. So we've secured this entire area. These guys here do not need to push very hard because I can let my artillery just blast at these guys and grind some firearms. That would be just fine. And I'm going to get the sniper over there so they can just, my snipers can keep grinding XP too. So what I really should do is put all my infantry on the road, and my detached skirmishers will check out the wooded area. Having infantry walk through the woods is unnecessary, so I should not have done that in hindsight. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have sent all the infantry along the road and the detached skirmishers through the woods. Okay, we found his next group of units. No sense in getting engaged with those guys until we get some more force up. He has a cav unit of 1,000. Doesn't seem to be anything in the south, so we'll get a foothold in the woods. I'm not interested in the victory location. I'm interested in the enemy position that I want to surround. So as you can see, I want to clear that peninsula on the right and also the far edge of the to the right of the map. And here I'm just grinding XP with my artillery. My artillery is just going to fire at these guys. But really, I shouldn't even be bothering. I shouldn't be pushing the attack there until the rest of my army gets up. Yeah, but that was so easy, I just couldn't resist it. These two units are surrounded, and I'm taking some light artillery hits, but we're going to push these two guys back into the river, and we'll be in woods, and yeah, that'll be fun. So everyone knows that area from First Bull Run. Okay, and he has a guy right on the bridge. How convenient is that? Okay, I can finally see one of his artillery, and my artillery is going to get nice shots on him. And of course, my goal is to get them to 3 stars as quickly as possible. Yeah, please get stuck in the water. Please get stuck in the water. Okay, this is why I should have had these other 2 units moving sooner. I have 2 infantry units that are on the right that are not exactly with the program. They're behind. Yep, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing right there. Yeah, I think I rested the Palmetto because he was low on condition. But now there's an opportunity to come in behind this enemy line, which is what I wanted to do. So I want to accomplish 2 things. Kill the Cav unit that's on the other side of the bridge, and then also come up behind these guys and circle them. There are actually more folks over here than I thought there were. I thought there was 1 artillery and a couple of infantry, but there's actually a pretty good force down here. Remember, the enemy has 40,000. So, yeah, it's pretty sizable. And he's about to lose 2 units. And there is his, he has a skirmisher unit, and I happen to have 2 cav right there who love to eat skirmisher units for lunch. So we'll just pop that guy. And I'm thinking, oh man, I need this infantry to move faster. But I have an hour and 40 minutes. I mean, this is not even remotely close. So I want to get the 24-pound howitzer across the river and behind these guys. And obviously I want to hit this line. Like, this line is a lot bigger than I think it is, but I want to hit this line from front, flank, and rear. And so I'm moving artillery, 24-pound howitzer to support the attack that's going to take place on the right side of the map. Meanwhile, my 3 10-pound parrots are wiping out that artillery battery that I see. I just don't know that there's another one right next to it. And if I had known how many units were on the how much infantry was holding that position, I would have sent a couple of these infantry not after the cav, but to join the attack. Yeah, let's get everybody into this charge. That's my weaker, that's my 2-star cav. He's going to grind some XP. Yeah, I'm just about in position. Just about. But I have units that are just a little bit out of place. So it's not exactly what I want. Like there are 2 units to the rear that should have moved a long time ago that should be on my right, the right of this attack and coming up. Harper's Ferry 1 should be forward of where it is. There's that 55 should be up a lot further. The Palmetto's in the wrong place. He should be a lot further up. There's probably too much infantry over here. Yeah, and in hindsight, I don't think I should have charged across the river just yet. I should have gotten everybody in position all around this position first, before closed in to fight. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry that are not up on the right side. So, and his artillery just went invisible. No, there it is. His artillery's right there. So this guy surrendered. Okay, that's good. I can't get him for some reason. Okay, we'll start to collapse his position. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry and an artillery. Yeah, my 24-pound howitzer is not in place. Yeah, I launched this attack too soon. My 24-pound howitzer is not in place. This would have been much easier if he'd been up. So I'm going to take a few unnecessary casualties, because if I'd hit him at one time with everybody, he would have just folded. But, yeah, and I don't want this cav to retreat across the river. And we have to kill that officer. Okay, I should get all these guys to start flashing white pretty quickly. They're in a terrible position. The 4 that are most to the north, and I kind of want to not push them too hard so they kind of clump up in the center where I can kill them. Yeah, these 2 guys are already flashing white. I just need to make sure they don't route south. So get some infantry down there. Yeah, the big mistake is, maybe I'm getting rusty, but normally I don't launch attacks until my artillery is in position, if you watch my Union campaign. And this time I launched the attack before my artillery was in position, and looking at this, that's a mistake. I could have waited just a minute, gotten the artillery up, and then this would have been so much easier. Okay, there's a cav unit right there. Now I know he's there, and you can see him. Um, he shows up. He showed up on the strategic map, and I know it's a cav unit. It's 1,000 cav, and yep, there he is. So I've got to put some resources over there. That guy can cause you all kinds of grief. So that's going to weaken the attack just a little bit. But we can't have that guy running around. And I don't want him to get out of the little pocket that I've created for him. Okay, we have 3 units routed, and 2 of his units are in fairly good shape. But I think his unit that's to the left is going to rout pretty quickly. And then we just need to concentrate fire on the last one, and they should all be ready to be captured. Yeah, and finally the artillery's up. So we can get some canister fire from the 6-pounder, which isn't much, but it will rout this guy. Okay, and we got this cav unit surrounded, so he's going to surrender. He's down to 700. I was thinking he was going to like try to flee to the north, but I have a whole bunch of infantry there. So no reason to get excited. Everyone just take shots on him, whittle him down until I get him completely surrounded with infantry, then we'll charge. Yeah, this guy. Just want to keep him contained. And now all of his... No, he still has 2 infantry units that are not broken. But I'm telling you, that 6-pounder and the 3-pounder are going to hit this guy in the flank, and that guy is going to break. That leaves only 1 more to go. So everyone seems to be up, firing into this, and he shouldn't last that much longer. So down here, we just have to get it contained. Now this is the corner of the map I am not going to see, the far right south corner of the map. And it's going to be obvious why. Gotta kill that commander. Okay, his units are starting to surrender even with an officer there, but we have to kill that commander. Rout this unit and kill the commander. That's what we need to do. Make sure my long-range guns are targeting his officer. And I think we may have this cav unit glitched into the water. Yeah, he's actually trying to flee to the right, north, his cav unit. Suits me. Okay, as soon as we kill that officer, I think we're going to charge, because his units are already starting to surrender, and we can grind some XP against the one guy who's in pretty good condition. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, I'm ordering the charge too soon. We should have killed the general first. That was a mistake. But his units are surrender. I'm getting the surrender message, and I don't want to lose that opportunity. Okay, this guy surrenders. This guy's doomed. Get a circle of guns around him. Oh, his one unit is not broken at all, but we're going to get him 2-on-1. Get the cav in there, charge. Okay, and not surprisingly, his units are going to start to surrender. Yep, there's another one. Get him out of there. Come on, cav units, get in there. This is your chance. Yep, and yeah, my 2 cav units hit that guy and he just gave up. He rolled over. Okay, and his routing unit is going to get into my artillery, but to his surprise, my artillery has like 50 melee, so he's not going to like that. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I think he touches my artillery unit and dies. Okay, the game is showing me that the number of men in the army that the enemy has exactly matches the cav unit. He's down to 700. There's an hour left in the game. I'm not going to get my units into the far right bottom corner. They're headed down there, as you can see. They're moving in that direction. This is the last unit. It's pretty obvious this is the last unit. There's no way for me to drag this out very long. He's disappearing and he's gone. Yeah, 95,000 versus 62,000. He lost 86. I lost 65 after medicine. That's 62. That's almost 14-1. And we captured 27,764. So 14-1. Last time I played this, I lost 12,000 men, almost twice as many. I don't think I got anywhere near as many kills. In fact, I'm sure I didn't. It was more like, from memory, maybe 50,000 or something. This was 86,000 killed. Well, it's because of the captures. I wasn't necessarily trying for captures. The first time I did it, I got 31,000. Second time I did this, I got 27,700, almost 28,000. Yeah, that's pretty good. 6,200 lost is reasonable. And 14-1, I'll take that all campaign long. So, yeah, good day. Here are the raw numbers. Units, 5,200 kills, lost 297. 5,100 kills, lost 147. Harper's Ferry, 3. Jackson got 3,600. Longstreet got 3,400. I'm trying to grind kills for those guys for their 3rd star. 3,300. The sniper got 3,200. 3,100 for Harper's Ferry 6. 3,100 Harper's Ferry 5. All these guys got over 2,000 down here. Enfield's with 2,500. Lorenz with 2,200. The second sniper, Sniper 1, 2,100. 2,000, 1,900. And so far nobody had a lot of losses until we get down to the M&G. Took 500 losses, but, you know, that was kind of his job, you know. So the melee unit got almost 800 kills, lost 38. The Lamont got 650, lost 33. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. The 6-pounder took the losses for the artillery. Good job. That's the job of the 6-pounder, to take the losses. to be the bait for the enemy artillery in this mod. Let's see. And the 42 came in like at the end of the battle and killed a cav unit. So that's disappointing. With the 24 howitzer didn't do very much because he didn't get forward enough. The 24-pound howitzer has to be on the front line or it's disappointing. So yeah, his enemy units didn't seem to do very much. But look at that, 52-35. Officers. Yeah, a bunch of promotions. That's getting a bunch of 2 stars. And 9,700 Harper's Ferries. Bunch of supply wagons. 20 10-pound parrots, I'll take that. So yeah, we got some 55s and yeah, okay. So I have 11,400 men in the army. Raw recruits. So, okay, I'm just double checking to make sure I got all my ammo back. I did. So this guy gets his 3rd star, and Harper's Ferry 4 will get his 3rd star with a better officer. Look at this, 100, 100, 100. Yeah, look at that. And then in firearms, we're in 98. This guy, yeah, look at those numbers. Look at those numbers. That's insane. Completely insane. And with the perk, look, he's almost as good as Harper's Ferry 2. So it's crazy. Yeah, and I'm going to put a good officer in there. He's going to get his 3rd star. This guy's pretty far away. But hey, and then all these guys become 2 stars. Yeah, and Jackson, it's Jackson that's going to get his 3rd star in the next battle. Jackson. Okay, I kept thinking it was Longstreet. Jackson will get his 3rd star. We've been grinding. What you do is I got this from someone in the comments section. Thank you, brilliant idea. You take a general, you put him in some pretty crappy unit, and he just gains the most command that you can to the command bar until he gets his 3rd star, and you just keep doing that and making 3-star generals. Yeah, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. These guys are now like insanely good. How's my cav? Okay, this guy, he's only at 81 efficiency, but 100 melee again, of course. Want to get him to 100 efficiency. This guy is only at 50, but he's about to get his 3rd star. Maybe with a slightly better officer, he'd have his 3rd star. So he's going to need 36 raw, not raw recruits, but 36 recruits. So we'll have to see. I want to bring him into a battle and get him his 3rd star. These guys are all doing fine. Normally I have 10 3-star artillery by this point in my Union campaign. Now I'm exaggerating, but yeah, we're a long way from 3-star artillery, so have to do something about that. Yeah, the army looks great. I'm delighted with 4 3-star units. CS Richmonds, nice. I don't think I can buy any, though. So, yeah, I'll get those later. We're going into medicine, of course. And then economy after that. Okay, the big deal here is 52 to 57, we knocked the manpower pool down by 8. Everything else is the same. So, yeah, that looks good. I'm sure I'll get a random event in a battle where he goes plus 20 to his manpower pool because that happens too. Okay, I'll see you in camp. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the battle.